Hello buddies, how are you everyone? So welcome everyone to our this episode of Customer AI, which is I guess our fifth or sixth episode of Supermarket Simulator. So today we have many things to offer, many things to learn. So buckle up and get your notes, paper, pen, or whatever you want for noting. So let's see what we will see today. So first thing, we have now open our game. Now let's press a button to open our main door. As you can see now, we have opened our shop. So you can also see top left, we have our store currency visible now. Now let's go first. Let's purchase some product, order, and let's come here. We'll pick. Okay, our customer has arrived. So let's first. Okay. So now if I stand here, you can see our customers are coming. They are visiting our store. You can see they are also looking towards the products. Now they are visiting, they are roaming around the whole shop, and after that you will see them coming here in our counter. So let's wait, they will come, and you can see they are visiting, they are coming, and you can see they have visited. So you can see now they have purchased multiple types of items, and you can see here, and you can see all the items they have purchased. We have added the currency. You can also see products are reducing from there, from the shelf. You can also see this, and you can see products are reducing. So in this episode we will see how we can make this whole thing. So buckle up and let's see what we will learn today. As you know, my PC is not in a good condition, so that's why videos are getting late, and also I have job to do, so I remain very busy, so that's why episodes are getting late, so pardon me for that. And also I am a little bit pissed off, or you can say demotivated on you guys, because I can see almost 55% of my viewers are not subscribing us. So it is demotivating that you are getting almost 3x or 5 times more view in your videos, but your subscribers are not gaining. So I will encourage you all to subscribe the channel. We have Discord, you can also join Discord to talk with me. We have Patreon, if you want to support us you can also be our Patreon member. There are multiple perks and features if you are our Patreon member. So first thing first, today our main goal is to make our customer AI. So for that, let's take character class. You can just simply go here and just press these, and then you can take character. So take a character class. After that, what you will do for the mesh, we'll just take the many simple, and you can attach the default what to say third person templates many animation blueprint here if you want. But if you want to make your customer AI to be more what to say advanced than our player character, then I will encourage you to follow these particular steps. Now what are they? You can see I have made a different one because our player, I mean third person player, and our AI is not working same when you make AI with this animation blueprint. Now why? Because in the third person, yeah, I have that. In the third person one, let's take the menu one. Okay, wait, why I have the queen one? I need the menu. Okay. So in our menu, if I go to the anim graph locomotion, you will see there are two things, that idle and walk run. Now for transition between idle and walk run, we have some should move stuff which actually execute when you are controlling the character based on your acceleration. It is giving you the movement, but when you are using AI, there if you use the same, it won't work the same way. So that's why what I did is, here I just simply made a new not new actually, here I just duplicated, and in the walk run I simply just added the first one as idle, so you can see it is transitioning from idle to walk and then run. So that's it, you need to do this, you need to follow this part. So that's the only change after that, and also here you don't need to change anything. So then you just assign this anim blueprint in your AI about the materials. In the first episode we made our all materials for all kind of characters which we will use in this entire series. So I'm just adding the customer body part. So this is our customer, and now here first thing first, you will go to class default, you will search for AI controller, and you will need a AI controller. Now how we will create an AI controller, let's see. So you can create folders to organize things. Now here you can go here and search for AI controller, and you can see we have our AI controller. So this is the AI controller. Now to make this AI controller, now once you make this, you just can attach here. Now to make this AI controller working, you must need a behavior tree and a blackboard. So you just go here and you create artificial intelligence, you create a behavior tree and blackboard, which we created. In this particular episode we don't need blackboard, we need only behavior tree. So you open the behavior tree. Now first thing you need is to a selector. So we got our selector, then we attached with a sequence, because sequences, I'm sure you already know what are the works of sequences. So we have our sequence here. So in the sequence we will be needed only one task right now for this episode, that is task follow path. Now how to create a task, you just go to new task, select this blueprint base, and it will tell you where you want to save a task. So once you create a task, just double click, you won't get the double click option, but what you will see is like your task where you save, you will see like this. So double click, after you double click you will find nothing here. Then you need to take this node called event receive execute AI. So let's see how we make our task part. Now before we do this, we need something to do. Now what are they? So go to our folder. Now in the MISC you will see I have a customer path. So this is just an actor. I'm sure you know how to create actor. So in this part I did completely nothing. I just simply took an arrow so that we can define our direction, that in which direction we want our character to stand. So that's it. After that, get back to our customer AI, take create a variable, name it any name you want. I gave it customer path. It should be the class we just created, the customer path. So BP customer path, the one we just created here. So it should be that actor reference. So make it a array, because this part we will tell our AI that what paths you need to follow to move ahead. Then this one we will discuss later. So for the first thing we need this path. Now here we also need to set this path, right? So there are two options. One thing, you don't need this code. What you can do is you can place your AI to the you can place your AI to the map. Then you will see here we have we should have a very okay, I guess I didn't declare. Yeah, you can declare it instance editable, and once you declared it instance editable, then you can see here once you click in the details panel, where here, so you can create, and then you can select your customer paths you placed in the map. So that's how things works. So that's one method. If you are planning to place customer on your map at the beginning, then you can follow this. But in our case, we are following customer spawner. So we have a character spawner by which we are spawning our customers. So you can also control how many customer you want to place, how frequent you want to place, and after how many customer you have placed, the spawner will stop working. So those parts you can control. That's why we are spawning, because we don't want our customers just, I mean, we place 5 customers and we will tell that okay, these 5 will come and go, come and go. No, not like this. So here understand what I did, get all actor from class, and here I selected again BP customer path. So as this is an array, we need a for each loop. So for each BP customer path, what we will do is inside this variable we will add index. So that's how when your game start, your character knows that how many paths we have in the map, and it will assign all the paths as index inside this array through this particular event begin play coding. So that's it. We now have our AI know what paths he need to follow. Now your first task is to place a nav mesh volume. You can go here, volume, nav mesh bound. You can place and scale the volume so that you get this part. Now I press, you can press P to see your navigation. So once you press P, you will see the nav. Once you press again, it will be disappeared. So that's it. After that, you will see these are our customer paths. If I show you, you can see that path number 2. So path number this may be the 0. Yeah, so this way you can set up your path. So you can see that 1 2 3 how I set my paths, that my character, this is our spawner. I will show how the spawner has been made. So the first thing, once we spawn, we will follow this path, and you can see the arrow that in which direction our character will rotate. Now how he will rotate, I will show you in few moments. So you can see that how I have set, and now after that here to here, then what is this? This is also a path. Okay, this is item spawner. Okay, we made it in the last episode. So these are spawning, not last episode, I guess in our 3rd episode. So anyway, if you haven't seen our previous episodes and you are just confused at what is going on here, so go back, see the playlist, watch from our first episode. You will understand what we are doing right now, because in few things you will see suddenly coming, because if you don't follow our previous episodes, you will see some things are suddenly coming. So go and check out them. Anyway, so ignore this. So these are our paths, and you can see that it is coming inside our store. After that, these are the paths. So I am following, so player will go like this. You already saw at the beginning that how things are working. So now he will come here, and notice the rotation. So it's up to you, any rotation you set. If you set the rotation like this, the character will reach this point and we'll see this angle. Sorry. So this way you can see, and then after that he will visit to my here and here, and then the orders, the products will be placed here, and that's so on so forth. So now let's make our AI following the path, but before that let's spawn our AI. So to do that, in the means we have customer spawner. Now again, if you see, we just created a floor and then an arrow. So I gave the arrow a bit upside. Z offset can be 50 because if you keep it in the ground level, the character will spawn in the ground and the character will be half above the ground, half under the ground. So that will cause you some damage. I mean, your character or AI will be spawned, but they won't perform anything. They will be in a floating state in the half environment. Just think like this is your landscape. So that's why I have given a floor. So keep it 50 after that, so that your character actually stand in the ground. So then what I am doing in the begin play, I am calling set timer by event. It should be a looping. Then I am giving random float in range, so that I can set a random value, not a specific value that I want every time. I mean, a static value that, okay, 5 seconds, every 5 seconds the customer will spawn. Not like this. You want make things random, so that's why I make this. Now after that, from you can define two variables, so that here when you place the spawner, you can click here, and in the panel you can set that how much time you want the randomized value to be. So that's what I did also. And now let's go here. So these are the values. So I set minimum value 3, maximum value 20. Then from here, set timer, I am creating an event which will be AI spawner. So for this event, I will just simply drag that spawn actor from class. The position where the actor will spawn will be this arrow, because that's why we set this arrow a bit higher than ground. Then here you can see that the arrow will be so the world transformation. And here, instead of spawn actor from class, what we did is spawn AI from class. Now what's the difference? In spawn actor from class, you can only spawn the character. It is actually for spawning items, actors, for players or other stuff. But when you are working with AI, it's better to use this one, spawn AI from class, because it actually spawns with a behavior tree. So whatever your behavior tree is, it will work for the AI. So if I just play spawn actor from class, you can experiment in yourself. I'm just telling. If you replace this with your spawn actor from class, you will see that the AI will spawn, but after that it will do nothing. It will do nothing because the behavior tree is not working. So that's why you will use this. Now this one, you can either set your BP customer AI, or you can set that this thing, and this thing will be again instance editable, so that in the spawner you can tell your game that what kind of AI you want to spawn. You can have multiple kinds of customer AI, maybe when you are making a game, because I'm just making a tutorial series for you. So here many things won't be picture perfect, because my task is to teach you, not to show you perfect game. But when you are making a game, feel free to experiment. So there you can have male, female, other types of AI. So you can use this value to randomize. You can use array to randomize. It's up to you. So that's it. We have the spawner now. Now our spawner will spawn AI in the game, and you already saw at the beginning that how our AI is following. Now let's come to this task follow. So first thing, we needed this control pawn in later stages of our code. So keep it as a variable. Then from here, cast to our customer AI. So here, don't forget to cast it to your master customer AI, so that you don't need to call every AI one by one. So hit this one. We'll promote it to a variable. If it's valid, then we will take the customer path array we have inside our customer AI, this one. So we are taking, after that we are checking. If it's not valid, feel free to use this one. So it will keep again starting from working from start. So that's why we didn't give it success, we gave it this. After that, from this customer path's length, we will check if its length is not equals to 0, I mean greater than 0 actually. So which means that if we have customer path set in our map, only then you should work. If we don't have anything, you shouldn't work. I mean, if you didn't place any customer path in your map, your AI will spawn with the behavior tree but will do nothing. So that's what we did here. After that, we promoted it to customer I mean variable, because we needed these two. Then this one entered the shop. So if false, again finish execute. Now what is this entered the shop? Here we created an event which is our enter the shop. So if we have more than, I mean if we have customer paths, then what it will do? Okay, so from here we get a copy and promote it to another variable called current path index. You can give any name you want. So then from our control pawn, remember that's why I said we need to promote it. So here we are getting its actor. Okay, so no, not here. From here we are getting its actor location, because we need the actor location of this customer paths based on what index it is. And here the pawn will be our control pawn. Destination this, target actor not needed. Radius you can set. If success, it will after 2 seconds. Here is the rotation, but you saw in my in the beginning that once our customer our AI reaches the each path point, it rotate to some direction. So the direction is uh, the arrow we have. So this arrow, so the direction is this. That's why we had arrow there earlier. So here it will rotate. So to make our AI rotate, give a 2 second or any delay you want, but it should be at least more than 0.1. I encourage, so that it won't be a fast rotation. It will look weird. So give this. Now from here we will take the arrow of our customer path, and then from its world rotation, means the arrow rotation, our character will rotate. So we set that, and once we set that, then we will set timer by event. And this one again, this one is the, I mean you can set a static value if you want, but I have set this. Now this is actually how much time your character will, your AI will wait after reaching a certain path. So if you give a static value like let's say 0.1, your character will every time wait 0.1 second in the point. But I don't want it to be static, I wanted it to be randomized. So again you can see I have a random value. You can set any value you want. So far understand what we did. So I'm showing you again so that you can see what are the codes. So again you can see the codes we did so far, so that you don't miss anything. Now again you can question that why I am showing you after I did everything, why not making in front of you? Because you are watching maybe 1 hour or 1.5 hour video as a tutorial episode, but to make this entire thing it taken me almost 4 to 5, or maybe some episodes take me 1 to 2 days, I mean based on my work hours. So I don't want you to see 6 hour or 7 hour or 8 hour video. That's why I make first, then I show you. Because again this particular series, many of you already informed me, and I also know that this particular tutorial series, maybe I am the first one making. You won't find this in the entire YouTube or Udemy or any other course platforms. So that's why I need to learn things how to make, then I need to make for you guys. Anyway, so see how we made the enter the shop again, so that you don't miss anything. So here again you can see that how I made the code. So after we made this code, now let's make the event. So let's give this name on in moving. Now on in moving means when your character reaches a particular path. So what will it do? So it will do that. This we have the current path index, remember? So here, from here, we will take this first thing first. We will take this reached counter. Now you need to declare this variable. What's its work, I will show in few moments again. But then from this customer AI, we will see that if a reached counter means if our character, our AI has reached the counter or not. If they don't reach the counter, then what will happen? So if false, then we will increment the current path index, means you can go to the next path if any. Now if it's greater than and equals to the length, means we have reached the last index or not. If we reach, then stop, then go to the first index again. So you can see for that, if it's true, then go to the first index again. If it's false, then again call this entire the shop event, so that our looping keep looping. So that's why you will see I didn't loop here, I looped here. So now if it's true, means you have reached the last index. First we will set it to 0, then we will tell our AI to go to that particular location, means from where we started. So it is a looping process, it will keep looping. So you can see. And also if you don't want the looping, you can also use now here we did the increment, you can also use the decrement part for reversing, means our the path we followed, our character will go back that way. So you can do also that. So anyway, so you can see what we did. Now what will happen if we reach the counter? So here, if we reach the counter, you can do anything you want, like you can beautify things, like your character is your AI is giving money to your shopkeeper, you are receiving, do extra stuffs what we see in the game. For this part I kept it simple for the teaching purpose. So just after 7 seconds your AI will be destroyed. So your AI will be destroyed so that new AI can come to the counter. That's it. So that's what we did in the whole follow path part. So now what will happen, our AI will now, after spawning, they will visit our store. So that's it. Hope you already saw that. Now here, just after the sequence, just now drag and write task follow path and then just connect it. Everything will be sorted. So we have our behavior tree. Okay, one thing I forgot to show. So here the AI controller, don't forget to run this behavior tree so that your behavior tree works for your controller. So that's it for the AI part. I guess our AI part is totally done. Nothing here to do again. It's done. Let's move to next chapter, which is what will our AI do? Because of course our AI won't just come to our store and just roaming around and go back. That won't happen. We need our AI to purchase items. We need our AI to give us cash, right? So for that purpose, let's make something interesting. So first thing first. Okay, so before going here. Okay, what are you doing here? Okay, so first thing is, let's go to the store MISC. You will see I have created a BP counter. So this BP counter is just a trigger box, a box collision. It has few things. So this is just a trigger collision, and where you will find set this trigger collision, this trigger here in front of your counter. So earlier you saw that when we are playing, our AI, when it reach here, it is placing items here and then check out, and we receive money, etc. stuff. So this is actually responsible for AI to stop. Now here the first thing, this one. So here, first thing first, at the begin play you need a player reference so that you can do some stuffs which I'll show you later on. So take a player reference. After that, this part will be for right now. So once we overlap this, this will be reach counter true. Now why this we set reach counter to true? Because here in the task we'll see we have a checking that if our counter is false, I mean we reached counter is false, then our character will, AI will keep roaming, moving. If we reach the counter, it will stop. It won't go or find any other path, so that we can uh, tell it to check out. So that's why we set that counter reached true. So now it will wait. After 7 seconds it will destroy. Now how you will see later on. So now we have our this part true. Now before we move to the next part, we need to create this one, our BP counter box. Why? Because we need some place where our customer should place their items, right? So that's why we created this BP customer box. It's just an actor. And if you followed my third episode where we created our BP shelf, this is the same method. So this is the same method. If you haven't followed, go and check how we made the shelf, because else you will miss few things. I will show you next time. So this is the same thing. We just taken a box. So inside this box we have our slots. These are our scene components. You know, I guess, how things work. So these are our things, and after making the slots we will go to the event graph, and like we created our shelf, you can see like we created our shelf begin play, we will do the same thing here. We'll take the spot occupied, we will make the slots. We have 8 slots, so 0 to 7 we have created. After that we have taken those 8 slots and make an array from that, so we will give it name slots array. Same thing you can see here, the same thing we made here. After that, again, like we have here place item, we will create here purchase product placement. Now you can give any name you want. The same thing, if you see closely, this is the same thing. So I will show what's the difference. So let's understand what I did first. Okay, first we need to create 2 input. What will be our master item in array, one will be our scene component array. Name you can give any name, and we will be needed one output called total cost of all product. So for now, output, just give it. What to do I am showing. So first thing first, from the product slots we will for each loop, so that as many slots we have, for that it will run the loop. So it will running the loop, and from here the loop body we will have a branch. Then we will take our is spot occupied, and we will check that particular index where we are trying to place the item is occupied or not. If occupied, it won't place. If it's not occupied, it will place the spawn the item from this item class. So as this is an array, so what we were doing, I guess here we don't have array. Yeah, you can see here we have single one, because here we just wanted to place the box, but here we need to place many things. Now we don't want like our shelf, we don't want to place only one type of item. We want to place random items. So for that we are taking the length, array length -1, and then the random integer from 0 to length -1, so that it skip generating random items in the box, counter box, not like customer has bought only one single item. So to show that, we have these. So after spawning, what we will do, because once our customer place item and once checkout is done, we need to empty this, right? Again, I'm just telling, if you want to beautify for your game, what you can do is you can create some animations like customer arrived, he is placing item from his box to here. After that, your checkout happening. After that, your shopkeeper is giving all the products in a bag and your customer is leaving. All you can do, because I already showing you the basics, so for the shortcut formula. And now, because all the products we placed, we of course need it to be removed, right? So if I just use that, how we will remove? If I try to destroy this counter box, so uh, once we come here, you will notice that we have the set array element. Now, what is this for? This is to tell our game that once a product has been placed, make that particular slot occupied, because we are just checking if it's false, spawn. How to tell the game that it's true? So after an item got placed, from the array, drag and search for set array element. Then this one connected the array, index will be our this array index, and item will be true or false. So this is actually, if you set it tick, it's true. If you set it untick, it's false. That means our this slot where we place the item is occupied. After that, this one we will create an array of actor reference. You can give it any name, and here we will store all the products we are spawning in our slots. So here we are adding from here, just select this add node. So I take this add node and adding the index. So now our game know what items we placed. It should, the index of, what items we have spawned in our slots. So we have a record, because previously we didn't have any record. Now we have a record. So now we will check if this product is his actor is valid, because we also need something. We need our item prices, remember? Now else how will we check out? So we need our prices. So for that, first thing first, go to our product where we created last time our master item. So here in the master item, I just taken item price per unit variable. So this variable will be responsible for our all items prices. Now after that, you can open each one, and you can set your per unit. Remember, per product, I'm talking about per product. So you can select your per product price. You can every one every item you can open and select the price. So from this actor, remember, we are not spawning from here. We are spawning from, we are not getting from here. We are getting from the spawned actor, the actor we spawned through the loop. So from here, we are just taking its item price so that we can know what is the price. Here in the event, we just created a local variable called accumulated cost. So this is the variable we created. After that, we are adding these two, so that this is by default 0, but for each product it keep adding this value. So let's say first product price is 5, second product price is 2, so it will keep adding 5 plus 2, first 0 plus 5 is equals to 5, then 5 plus 2 7. This way, all the products we purchased, we will get that amount of the sum of all products. So that's it for here. Then in the return node, remember we have the total cost of all product. There we will assign this part. Now where to connect this return node? If you connect this return node here, then what it will happen, after first time the loop run, because we are returning the node, the loop will be cut off. So even if you have 8 slots or 15 slots or 20 slots, your loop will run only once. So to prevent that, the return node we always use in the completed of the for loop, if we have any for loop in our uh, code. So that's the good practice, and that's the only practice actually. So here the completed we connected to here, and the accumulated cost we added. So our counter part done. Now how will we clear? You saw in at the beginning that when our checkout is done, we are clearing the thing. You will see that we have clear all the items when a checkout is done. So for doing this, create another function named clear purchase product. Here from our spawn product, I mean this one now have all the actors we just spawned. So from here, for each we are destroying the array element, and that's not because you are just destroying the actor, you are not destroying its array index. To destroy its array index, from here drag, and in the completed just call the clear node. It will clear all the index of this array, and after that again we need to make all the slots unoccupied. So to do that, from here again make array, and for all the slots we have, we just creating it to false. So it will tell all the spots that now you can again place items. So this is our clear product, and this is our purchase product, how we wrote and how we did. So you can see again what I did. And again for the clear, you can see, if you want to see the begin play, it's the same thing, exactly same thing we did in the shelf. So now once our customer reach, our customer will visit, our customer will come here, give us some product, and then it will check out and go. Now if we don't have any product in our shelf, how will he do that? And also you can see that we have our door. Now how the door will keep open and close? So first let's work on our door. So about this door part, here we have created our door. Now here you will see I have two events. First thing first, you can take a frame if you want. This is our door frame. After that you just take door left door and right door, but make sure your door pivot points remain like this. So for the right one, this is my pivot point. For the left one, this is my pivot point. So if the pivot point is not here but here at the middle of the center, that will be trouble for our this particular code. So again we have a we have a box collision, but I didn't use that, but I will show you how can you use that. So anyway, so here you can see open door and close door. I have just taken two events, and here do once because we want the door to be open only once. If you don't use this, there is a high chance that your this particular timeline will work multiple times. So for here we have taken a length of 1 second, and for door left and door right, what we did is for door left, the 0 time value will be 0 and the 1 time value will be 1, and I guess the same thing we did for here. So this is the value we set, so 0 to 1. And now why we set 0 to 1? Because we are lerping it and we want this value to be as our alpha. So in the update node, first thing is left and right take the lerp node, and to get this value what you can do is to to get this value, what you can do is first you take here and then you can try. If you give minus 90, you can see it working like this. If you give plus 90, you can see it is opening this way. So you can decide that which direction you want your door part to rotate. So based on that value, we saw that minus 90 is for the left and I found that plus 90 is for the right. So I gave this value, and here from this we set relative location. Only for the z-axis we are assigning the value. So that's it. Now the closed door is just, remember that don't use this play and stop or reverse from in. So we have used play from start and reverse. So if you use reverse from in, what will happen, it like, it is like you are reversing from the last frame. So you can also try this yourself, but I use this. So the sequence, to why I gave a sequence, because we don't just want to reverse it, we also want to reset this do one so that we can again open the door. So that's what we did here. Now about the collision part, the box collision, it is if you want to use automatic door system, then you can use that. So here you will see that if any character overlap that it will open the door, and after some timer it will close the door. So if you want, you can use the automatic door system, but I have just used the normal one, so that's why I did the I just cut that node. Okay, now we have our counter box, counter trigger. Now we have everything. We also now have our customer placing items. Now we have to solve few bugs and few new things we will see. So first thing is, as now we have our items price. If you see, we have each item, we have prices now. So we don't want to assign in our this VM product, we don't want to assign our in the order page, like we saw in our last episode, that we don't want to set our product price inside our coding anymore. We want it to be dynamic. So how we can do it dynamic? So here we will take one extra class. We had our product class, which is our box type. Now we will take our item type, item class, so that here in the order page, now you will see, oh sorry, not this one. Here in the order page you will see one more thing. Yeah, here if you now click any one, you can see now we don't have any price slot. We want this to be dynamic, but we have item class, so you can get, based on what boxes you are selecting, what is your product details, you can select the item class. Now the item class you selected, here in the update product info, from here we are assigning this again from here to here. Then we are checking if is valid. This one is valid. So here we are checking if this is valid. Then here you can set one thing. Most of the developers do this mistake. We take get actor of class. Now if you take this, there is a high chance your code will be will show error. To solve this part, the perfect way and the best practice is to take get class default. If you take this, it will every variable you have assigned in your you have in your class, it will give you those variables. So to show you one thing, if I take this and get class default, you can see because I don't have any value here, how to show. Anyway, you can experiment yourself. So from here, the item price unit we have, if it's valid, of course. If it's not valid, do nothing, because we don't want any unwanted error in our code. So if it's valid, just assign this product price. So earlier the product price we were assigning manually in our order page blueprint, but now it will be assigned automatically based on the item price we have in our item class. Rest are same, so there's nothing to show. Only this part is changed, so you can take the note for that particular thing. Now what we will do, also earlier, if you followed our last third episode where we created the shell, we saw a bug that if we try to, let's say I have picked an item and then I place the item in this shelf. So you can see the shelves. So let's say I have placed the item in this shelf, but after that if I pick another box and come here and again try to place, you will see the item don't change. Means as these items are occupied, the slots are occupied, our items has not placed, but as we have our placed item event running, so from that particular part what is happening, that our box from our hand getting disappeared. So we lost our box, the item has not been placed to another shelf, but the item has been disappeared, I mean vanished from our hand. So that was a bug. So this can often happen. So for example, you put a box, because we don't have any cursor like this, so how will you know where you are touching, where you are placing? So if you accidentally you already filled this slot, but you accidentally again press here, so your box will be disappear, your items are gone, your money has been deducted, but you can't sell that particular items because your slot is occupied. So the code run, but your shelf is not filled with new items. So to fix these bugs, what we did here now, so here before calling this particular place item part, from here once where we casted, what we are doing is we calling this is occupied spot occupied variable boolean array. From here we are checking for each, means for each slot we are checking if it's occupied or not. If it's not occupied, then you will go, you will place item, then you will destroy, do the rest of the stuffs, destroy the box in our hand and turn the holding box to false, so that we can hold a new box in hand. But if it's true, do nothing. So that bug we solved here. Also, how will we open and close our store? So for that, you can take any input. I have taken O as my input. So use a flip-flop, then get actor of class, because we have only one door in our store. So main door I'm talking about. So we taking get actor of class. If you have multiple entry and exit doors in your shop, you can use get all actor from class, then for each, and then from that loop element, array element, you can drag and first one will be open door, means first time we press we want to open the door, because we assume the door will be closed. If it's closed, then the second time it will check that if it's this one we already is valid or not, means we called or not. So if we called, then if it's valid, then just close the door. So in short, if the door is open, then close. If it's already closed, then do nothing. So to prevent the error, we always use is valid. So that's it for our third person part, character part done. Another part now we need to do is in our place item. If you saw that here we already did this part, which is missing in our this part, so we will add that part. So here we will add that after everything. So we have again our shelf items, because once our customer check out their products, we want those products to be disappear from our store. Now I have set this random, so random amount of products will be disappear from your shelf. So you can see that, you will see that, I will show you. So to do that, same like our here we just did our product. Okay, before this we missed some part. So we have our counter these parts, but we didn't call it yet, right? So we didn't call it yet, sorry for this mistake. So in the counter, after that, now let's get actor class. Here we will take the counter box, and from here, if you followed the shelf stack already, you already know what we will do. So from here we have declared an item array, so that here we can set any type of item we want to spawn. So here we just take an item array. Then from here we assign here we called purchase product. So this particular event, I mean function, we called it here, and it has two input which we have here. So for the item class we will assign this item array to array, and for the product slots we will assign the slot array. Now you can ask me that, brother, why we have this product slot if we are calling this slot array from this particular thing? Why don't we just simply, instead of this, we just take these and do from here? Yeah, that's a valid question. If you have in mind, we can also do that, but we are doing this using the slot array, I mean the product slot, this way, so that if we want to do any kind of experiment in later stages, or if we want to change anything, like instead of slot array we can have 2 or 3 stack of arrays which we want to use here, any kind of experiment we want to do, then this part will be handy. So that's why keep it how I kept. So the slot array will be our product slot. So this part is done. After that we will give a 5-second delay. Now this part is for your customer, I mean this is completely an illusion that your customer has placed their bought item in our counter box. So you can see random items has been spawned there. Now based on how many items you have, you can create more random like PCG, procedural content generation. If you have seen that, you know that like PCG, here also you can randomize as many items you want inside the counter box based on those 8 slots we have. So this part is for this. Now we need our customer to wait few seconds, so that because I'm just showing you that you can, what to say, I'm just showing you the code you need to learn. Later stages, I can assume that you want the checkout process to be with animations, that our customers are our shopkeepers are using animation to type to give the money back. So for those animations, this part will be handy. So this 5-second delay, or any delay you want, or without delay, you can have an event here for those animation playing. So just think like this. So after this, we will turn this reached counter to false, means our customer can now leave the counter, can do anything he want. So as our customer now can leave the counter, so this part is false, so that new customer can come. Or if you think like I just showed that here 5-second will be for the product disappearing, the product will be disappeared, because you can see after that we have called this clear clear purchase product event. So you can see that our product will be disappeared. So we need our customer to walk away. So for that I have a 7-second delay, where I gave that after 7 seconds the customer will he will be destroyed, but you can say that walk away. You can have another task where you will say that if this reach counter, you can have another variable that if counter exit time has arrived or that variable is true, then that particular task will execute, where you will have another few customer paths, and you will tell or you can have another path. You will tell your customer AI that okay, follow this path and go walk away from the store. So that's the case. Now before we move forward, let's see if you forget that what is happening. So let's here I have pressed O. You can see our door opened. So let's go again here and let's purchase some product. We have $1,000, so go to the vendor market, and here you can see every price. Let's take this one box, order and exit. So now you can see instead of inside our customer has already arrived. So now you can see I have picked the box, and now if I press here, you can see I have this to show you how we solve the bug. Now if you can see, if I go here, if I order this again, and if I just go, let customer do whatever they want. So now you can see that if I come here and try to place, you can see that I'm trying my mouse to place the items on that same shelf, but as the shelves are occupied, I can't do that. But if I move the mouse and place, you can see that I can place. But if I move the mouse and try to place, you can see now I placed in an empty shelf where no item is occupied, and you can see they are purchasing and my prices are reducing and my prices are increasing. You can see once you check out, you will see, once you check out, you will see now it's 969. So my prices are increasing, and also you can see that once he check out, you can see that there you just saw that I just filled the stacks, right? You saw that I filled the stacks, but now you can see items are missing. So you can see that some items are missing from here. So that's how things work. And if we check out, more items should be reduced. So you can see the items are reducing. So anyway, that's the case I wanted to show. Now what is this error? Okay, so this error is actually coming because we closed the game before destroying the actor. So anyway, that's not this is just a coincidence, that's not a massive error, so you can ignore this. So in the counter, now how we are adding the currency, because I showed that here we have returning this. Now returning this, getting this total cost of all products is not adding to our store currency if we don't add. So here from our player, remember that's why I said we need a player reference. So from our player we will get current store currency, then we will add this with our total cost of all products we got. So after that we will set here, so this way it will clear all the purchased products, and the price it got, sum of all the products, it will then simply add to our store currency. And after that, from our shelf, I show you just now that from our shelf you can see that items are disappearing. So here one step you saw that, like the counter box, we have added our spawned products into our shelf items and we set it to occupied. The same thing we did here. Now here in the remove item, what we did, that's interesting. So we have an integer input called count. So from count -1, we will have for each loop for this occupied, that first it will check that if the shelf is occupied or not, because if there is no product in our shelf, then what it will remove, it will, I mean, our attempt will be failed, right? So to fix that, what it will do is, to fix that, first it will check that if all the shelves we have are occupied or not. If, I mean, that particular shelf are occupied, is occupied or not. So if all slots are occupied, then what it will do, count. So from the count we'll get, this time we are not taking for each loop, we are taking for loop. So the first index will be 0, the last index will be the count minus 1. This will be our last index. So in the loop body, what we will do is, we'll first take our shelf item, then we will take its length, and from here, first thing is, we will check if the length is greater than 0, means if our, we have products in our shelf. If we don't have any products, then it will be a disaster for us, right? So if we have product, then it will random integer from 0 to our length minus 1. So it will remove those items. Now here we can do few things. I guess here that's why we are getting a bug, and the bug is, we don't want to do this by the length, we want the length to be this. Maximum value will be this. So the value we select, based on that, it will remove our item. It will remove our item, and so that's it, you will get, and that's it, it will remove our item. So earlier what is happening, that based on the length I told the game to remove the items, but as we are setting the count, so based on our count our loop will run. So if we set the count to 2, then our loop will run 2 times. But if we have more than more than 2 items in the shelf, then when it is keep removing, the first time it will remove it can, because in the removal it will run the loop, but in the removal it will run that length will be 8. So 8 minus 1, so 0 to 7, it will run 7, and any random value it will remove. So we have 2 items, we want to remove 2 items, but it is removing 5 items. That's not what we want. That's why I removed the length one to the count. We will test our new addition, because I haven't also tested this, so let's test. But after that, understand, here from the get we are just destroying actor, means those particular items will be destroyed, and also we are just destroying the actor or the mesh or the items. We are not removing from this array. So to remove this from the array, what we are doing is remove index. So from here drag and just call for remove index, not remove item, remove index. So it is also clearing that index for us, and after that, for that particular index that we removed, you see, so for that particular index that we removed, okay, so I guess that's the best option. So we remove, so this one will be turned into unoccupied, so we can place again item there. So this is the whole scenario. So now this remove item, and you can see here, not here, just here. So you can see that we get all actor of class, all the shelf we have in the map for each. We are calling this remove item, and we want the loop to be run from 0 to 5 to any number you want, because this is actually running this loop, that how many times it will run and keep removing items. So that's it. So that's it for our entire part. And if I show you now what is happening one last time, if I show you, press 0, sorry, O to open the gate. Now again, if I go here, if I purchase this one, let's say, so you can see per unit price and when you take, so exit. Pick the item, tap here, and you can see our item has been placed. Now if I come here, you can see, let's see from here. Yeah, now our customer has entered and you can see that we have items here. I'm just searching for a good spot to, yeah. From here we can see that if our items are removing or not. When our customer visit, they will roam around entire shop. You can select your paths, place your paths any direction, any way you want, so that your customer visit all the shelves. So you can see they purchased, and after the checkout you can see that price has been increased. If I go close, you can see, okay, I guess they didn't purchase any item from this. Let another customer come. To make this thing perfectly work, you need to first set your entire things, entire shelves, and after you set your shelf, then you should, yeah, you can see this customer purchased these items, so you can see items has been reduced. So that's it for this particular episode, and you can see that once they are purchasing, my prices are adding here. Now if you want to ask that what or how to make this widget, another thing in the order page, now you will see we have the item class. So now you can set your item class, because based on this item class this price will be set. So we have this, and for the store we have created a store hard, and store hard we just taken a text, we set it a variable. Then just come here, then if you see, the first thing we take our player reference so that we can call our current store currency. Then from here set text, take it to toString so that we can append. I showed you everything in last episode where we are making widgets, so I guess you know. So this thing, and next thing is store currency. You can see that we have set this, and after that in Eventic we just have update currency so that it kept ticking. Now this is not a best practice, but this is a beginner friendly practice. If you want to follow the best practice, then I will say that every time, for example, text option can be here. So every time your purchasing part is happening, like your currency, you have them. So the best practice is from player you call that widget, and from widget you call this store hard, like something like this, the best practice. So when you create widget in your player, don't forget to promote it to a variable so that you can now do like this. So get the store hard, and the best practice is like this, update currency. So once you have like this, even if you now don't call it in the print Even if you now don't call it in the event tick, your update currency will work. So this is the best practice, and you can do this if you want. I'm not following, but I already showed you, so it's up to you. If you want, you can follow, because if you set that event tick, it will automatically keep searching every frames, which will be a bit expensive for your gameplay when you have multiple things working at the same time. But if you are calling it here, so it will be triggered only once, and then you will see that your update is working. The same thing we did, if you've followed that, the same thing we did here. Let's say, for example, for here, you will see every time we have this update thing, and every button we clicked, everything we changed, after changing we are calling this. So here we didn't call anything in event tick, because you can see how much codes here we have. So if we call this particular thing in event tick, then it will be disaster for us. So that's why the best practice. So I guess we are done with this episode. In this episode, you saw how we made our customer AI, how we made it roaming, how we made it visiting our each stalls, how we made it reaching our counter, and how we made our checkout. So you can have few extra stuffs if you want, because I am assuming you are making a game. So for making a game, you can make animations where your customer is interacting with the shopkeeper, so you can do those things. And then once checkout done, the price will be added. I showed you how. And you can also make animations and AI task, like your customer is leaving the store by walking instead of destroying them. So keep practicing. I already showed you how you can make this entire part, because I guess this was the most awaited episode. I got comment from our subscribers. So again, at the beginning I told you, at the end I want to conclude that if you like this episode, feel free to like, feel free to comment down what you are not understanding in this episode, or if you want to learn new things that I didn't cover yet. Feel free to subscribe if you are new in this channel, so your subscription will motivate me. And if you want to talk to me directly, we have Discord server link, so you can join our Discord and then contact with me if you have any question. And also, if you want to hire me as your game developer, feel free to join the Discord or knock me in my Discord so that we can discuss. So that's it for today. So I'm leaving, and till next episode, keep practicing. See you in the next episode. Assalamu alaikum. Allah Hafiz.